Ethan kicked the hospital wall and immediately wished he hadn't. His toe throbbed inside his sneaker. "Stop that!" Uncle Marcus barked from behind him. "You're here to work, not break things." Ethan wanted to scream. This was supposed to be his summer vacation. Instead, Uncle Marcus dragged him to Valley Hope Hospital to volunteer. "It'll look good for college," his uncle had said. "Make you look like you actually care about something." The truth was, Ethan didn't care about much anymore. Not since Grandma Rose died 6 months ago. She was the only person who ever really loved him. His mom left when he was little, and Uncle Marcus? He was as warm as a frozen rock. "Listen up," said Nurse Patricia, a kind woman with gray hair pulled into a tight bun. "This wing is for our long-term patients. You'll clean the nurses' station, talk to patients, deliver meals, and help with activities. And Ethan," she looked him straight in the eyes, "try to smile. These people have enough sadness already." Ethan nodded but didn't smile. The hospital smelled like cleaning supplies and sadness. Ethan pushed a meal cart down the hallway, counting the minutes until he could leave. Room B790 was next. He knocked and pushed the door open. Inside, a girl sat up in bed, her bald head wrapped in a bright yellow scarf. She looked about his age, maybe 15 or 16. Her skin was pale, but her eyes were the brightest green he'd ever seen. She was writing furiously in a notebook. "Food delivery," Ethan mumbled, setting the tray on her table. "Thanks," the girl said without looking up. Ethan turned to leave. "Wait." She finally looked at him. "You're new here?" "Yeah. First day. I'm Willow." She smiled, and somehow the whole room felt brighter. "Ethan." "Well, Ethan, you look like someone stole your birthday cake and ran over your dog on the same day." Despite himself, Ethan almost laughed. "Something like that." Before Willow could respond, angry voices exploded from down the hall. "You never listen," a young girl's voice screamed. "Shauna needs us more right now," a woman's voice shot back. "My name is Willow. And what about Ruby? She needs you too." Willow's face went pale. "That's my parents. And my little sister." The door burst open. A girl about 13 years old stormed in, tears streaming down her face. She had the same green eyes as Willow, but hers were filled with pain. "Ruby," Willow started. "They forgot again." Ruby collapsed into the chair beside Willow's bed. "They forgot my honor assembly. They forget everything about me. It's like I don't even exist anymore." 2 tired-looking adults appeared in the doorway. The mother had dark circles under her eyes. The father's shoulders slumped like he was carrying the weight of the world. "Ruby, that's not fair," the mother said. "Your sister is sick. We have to focus on Willow. Always Willow." Ruby stood up, her fists clenched. "I know she's dying, okay? I know. But I'm still alive, and you don't even see me." The words hung in the air like smoke from a fire. Ethan backed toward the door. This was too much. Too real. Too painful. But then Willow spoke, her voice soft but strong. "Ruby's right." Everyone turned to look at her. "Mom, Dad, you need to hear her. She's hurting too." The father opened his mouth to argue, but Willow held up her hand. "I'm tired. Can everyone please leave except Ruby?" The parents exchanged glances, then slowly walked out. Ethan started to follow, but Willow called out, "Not you, Ethan. Stay." He froze. Why did she want him to stay? Willow looked at her sister. "Ruby, come here." Ruby climbed onto the hospital bed, curling up next to Willow like she used to when they were little. "Tell me 3 good things from this week," Willow whispered. Ruby sniffled. I won the school writing contest." "That's amazing. What else?" "I made the honor roll again." "You're so smart." "One more." Ruby looked at her sister, tears still wet on her cheeks. You're still here." Willow hugged her tight. and I'm not going anywhere without a fight. Ethan stood there, watching these two sisters hold each other in a hospital room that smelled like medicine and hope. Something inside his chest cracked open. Just a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, he could start caring again. 3 weeks passed. Ethan came to the hospital every day, but now he actually wanted to be there. He'd bring Willow her meals, and they'd talk for hours. She told him about her dream of becoming a photographer and traveling the world. He told her about Grandma Rose and how Uncle Marcus wanted him to be someone he wasn't. But Ruby was drowning. At school, 2 mean girls named Jennifer and Skylar cornered her by the lockers. "Look, it's Ruby the drama queen," Jennifer sneered. "Still trying to get attention?" Ruby's English teacher, Mrs. Chen, had just announced that Ruby's short story won first place in the district competition. Ruby would get to read it at the big showcase next Thursday. "At least I have talent," Ruby shot back. "All you have is a big mouth." Skylar laughed meanly. "Too bad your parents won't even show up. They don't care about you. Only your dying sister matters." Something inside Ruby snapped. She shoved Skylar hard. The girl stumbled backward and fell. "Ruby!" Mrs. Chen ran over. "My office. Now." That night at the hospital, Ruby sat in the corner of Willow's room while their parents talked to Dr. Patel. "We're starting a new treatment," Dr. Patel explained. "It's experimental, but it's showing promise. We'll begin in about a week." "Whatever helps our baby girl," their mother said, squeezing their father's hand. Ruby's phone buzzed. A text from the principal. Her parents needed to come to school tomorrow to discuss the incident. "Mom, Dad." Ruby's voice was quiet. They didn't hear her. They were too focused on Dr. Patel's words about Willow's treatment plan. "Mom." Ruby shouted. Everyone turned. "What is it, Ruby?" "We're in the middle of something important," her father said, annoyed. "Never mind." Ruby grabbed her backpack and ran out. Ethan found her crying in the hospital stairwell. "Hey," he said softly, sitting down beside her. "What's wrong?" "Everything." Ruby wiped her nose on her sleeve. "I got in trouble at school. I have to present my winning story on Thursday. Mom and Dad won't come. They never come to anything anymore. And Willow." Her voice broke. "Willow's not getting better." Ethan didn't know what to say, so he just sat there with her until she stopped crying. The next morning, Ethan brought Willow orange roses, her favorite flowers. A nurse had told him. "You're getting good at this volunteer thing," Willow teased when he walked in. But Ethan noticed she looked different. Weaker. Tired in a way that scared him. "I need to tell you something," Willow said. "The doctor gave me the truth yesterday, after my parents left." Ethan's stomach dropped. "The treatments aren't working anymore. The cancer is spreading faster." She took a shaky breath. "He said my chances are almost none." "No." Ethan shook his head. "No, there has to be something. There's one more experimental treatment." "But Ethan." She looked at him with those impossibly green eyes. "I'm tired. I'm so tired of fighting." Ethan felt tears burning behind his eyes. He hadn't cried since Grandma Rose died. "Don't give up, please." "I'm not giving up on living," Willow said. "I'm giving up on just surviving. There's a difference." She picked up her camera from the bedside table. On the wall were dozens of photographs. Mountains, oceans, the northern lights dancing across a dark sky. "See that one?" She pointed to the northern lights. "That's Iceland. My dream is to see them in person. To really live before I—" She didn't finish the sentence. Ethan's mind raced. "Then let's go." "What?" "To Iceland. Let's go. I have money from my grandmother. She left me everything when she died. I was saving it because I didn't know what to do with my life, but now I know. We should go." Willow laughed, but it turned into a cough. "My parents would never allow it." Then we'll convince them. Ethan, I could die on that trip. He grabbed her hand. Or you could die without ever seeing the thing you dreamed about your whole life. Which is worse? For the first time in weeks, Willow smiled, really smiled. Okay, let's do it. But that night, everything fell apart. Ruby came home from her meeting with the principal. Her parents had missed it, again. She walked into the living room where they sat, exhausted. There's a showcase Thursday at 6, Ruby said, her voice empty. For my winning story. Will you come? Sweetheart, with everything happening with Willow, her mother started. Maybe next time, her father added. There is no next time. Ruby screamed. You keep saying that, but you miss everything. My concerts, my games, my awards, everything. Ruby, please. Your sister is dying, her mother said. And I'm disappearing. But nobody cares because I'm not the one dying. The words echoed through the house like thunder. Thursday arrived like a storm. Ruby stood backstage at the school auditorium, her hands shaking. Students and parents filled the seats. Mrs. Chen smiled encouragingly from the front row. But the 2 seats Ruby had saved for her parents were empty. You're up next, Ruby, Mrs. Chen whispered. Ruby walked onto the stage. The spotlight blinded her. She opened her notebook and began to read. Once upon a time, there were 2 sisters. The older sister, Stella, was sick. Everyone loved her and tried to save her. The younger sister, Luna, was healthy. But nobody saw her anymore. Luna became invisible, like a ghost in her own home. Ruby's voice cracked, but she kept reading. One day, Luna screamed, I'm here too. I'm still alive. But her parents were too busy counting Stella's pills to hear her. The saddest part wasn't that Stella was dying. The saddest part was that Luna was disappearing while still breathing. The audience was completely silent. Ruby closed her notebook. That's my story. It's called The Invisible Sister. And it's true. Then she ran off the stage, tears streaming down her face. Outside in the parking lot, Ruby sat on the curb, crying into her knees. Ruby! She looked up. Willow stood there in a wheelchair, pushed by Ethan. Behind them were their parents, faces wet with tears. You came. Ruby whispered. Their mother knelt down. We're so sorry, baby. We've been terrible parents to you. We got so scared of losing Willow that we forgot we could lose you too, their father added, his voice breaking. Not to death, but to pain. And that's just as bad. Willow reached out and grabbed Ruby's hand. Your story was beautiful. And you're right. You deserve better. Ruby threw her arms around Willow's neck and sobbed. Their parents wrapped around both of them. I love you, Ruby cried. I love you so much, Willow. I don't want you to die. I love you too. And listen, I have something to ask Mom and Dad. Back at the hospital that night, Willow took a deep breath. I want to go to Iceland, she announced. With Ethan. For his 18th birthday next month. I want to see the Northern Lights before I can't. Absolutely not, their father said immediately. You can't travel like this, their mother added. Actually, Dr. Patel interrupted gently, with proper planning and medication monitoring, it could be safe. If it's what Willow wants. Please, Willow begged. I just want to really live, even just a little bit, while I still can. Her parents looked at each other. They looked at Ruby, who nodded. They looked at Ethan, who stood up straighter. We'll take care of her, Ethan promised. I swear on my grandmother's grave. Finally, their mother spoke. One condition. You try the new experimental treatment first. And you call us every single day. Willow burst into tears of joy. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Ruby hugged her sister. Take 1,000,000 pictures for me. 2 weeks later, Ethan and Willow stood in Iceland under a sky painted with green and purple light. The northern lights danced above them like magic ribbons. Willow held her camera with trembling hands, clicking photo after photo, tears running down her cheeks. "It's more beautiful than I ever imagined," she breathed. "So are you," Ethan said. Willow turned to him. "Ethan, I need to tell you something. His phone rang. It was Willow's mom. "Hello," Ethan answered, his heart pounding with fear. "Ethan. Oh my God, Ethan." Willow's mom was crying. "Is Willow there? Put me on speaker." Willow grabbed the phone, her face pale. "Mom, what's wrong?" "Nothing's wrong, baby. Everything's right. Dr. Patel just called. The experimental treatment. It worked. Your latest scans show the tumors are shrinking. The cancer is going into remission." Willow's camera dropped from her hands into the snow. "What?" she whispered. "You're going to be okay, baby. You're going to live." Ethan caught Willow as her knees buckled. They sank into the snow together, holding each other while the northern lights swirled above them, and Willow's mother sobbed happy tears through the phone. "I'm going to live," Willow repeated, like she couldn't believe it. "I'm going to really, truly live." Ethan picked up her camera and held it up. "Smile." Willow looked at him, her face glowing brighter than the lights above them. "I love you, Ethan. I love you too." Click. The camera captured them, two teenagers under the northern lights, holding each other like they'd never let go. Behind them, the sky blazed with color. The photo would later hang on Willow's wall with a caption beneath it. "The night I learned that miracles are real." 6 months later, Ruby stood on stage at her high school graduation. Their parents sat in the front row, both of them. Willow sat between them, her hair growing back in soft curls, holding hands with Ethan. When Ruby's name was called, all four of them stood up and cheered louder than anyone else. Because they had learned the hardest lesson of all. You can't add more sand to someone's hourglass by forgetting about everyone else's. The real tragedy isn't having too little time. It's forgetting how to spend the time you have with the people you love. And now, finally, they understood. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that will make you feel something real. Hit the bell icon so you never miss our next story. Comment below, have you ever felt invisible like Ruby? Or known someone fighting like Willow? Share your story. We read every comment and your words might inspire our next video. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. You never know whose life you might change. Thank you for watching, and remember, make every moment count with the people you love.